Hiya, hiya. Some people do very well when they are standing still, sitting in a chair, on a sofa, lying down in a bed, talking to a shrink on a couch. I like to walk. Golfers do that too. You know, they don't usually talk when they walk, but the crowd gathers and gets very quiet when it's time for their shot. So I was doing a lot of thinking. I said, let me take my little video for a walk here. Let me open it up and be in the natural habitat, which is the golf course. Let's show everybody what we live like in the wilderness of Florida. Hey, what's wrong? Okay, here's what's. First of all, let's not be negative, but here's what can be solved that is wrong, because you've got to have a solution. What's wrong is we have now, as a company, a country, society, as a family, learned how to work around systems instead of improving them and making them better. And that ranges from government to airlines to my own home. You know, we learn to work around systems, and we defeat the systems because we're not interested in embellishing them and making them better. We really work around them. And even the government, you know, I mean, Trump found a way to work around us to get the wall. When I say us, I mean around the system. You know, the system is for us to learn so that we can make it better and do things better. Now, in that structure of everybody learning to get around, even the cripples that are not crippled that get on the airplane with the pre-boarding by having someone wheel them on a chair when they're not really handicapped, or when they don't need assistance and they pay extra so they can get on board. That's working around it. The food stores, when they have the 2-for-1, they actually raise the price so that the next day you're paying the same price anyway, but you're getting one and you're paying for the other one, but actually it's the price you had last week. That's often the case, not every case. But you know, we've learned to work around systems, and we defeat them. We defeat our own greater good. So that being the case, we need to really start to work on making a system better. Like these Reynolds wraps. Today I decided I was going to go for a walk and make it better. This is my system, is to have some photography instead of just me sitting in a bird cage. It's a system that's already created. What else? Oh yeah, the transgender and the insulting black people and offending police, and oh my. I mean, you know, if I were to do a show like I did that made me famous in the 60s, I'd be in jail, one of my friends said today, because you can't talk. Now, the FCC is more concerned with the 7 bad words that you can't use on television and radio than they are with the companies that are stealing all the station money. How are they doing that? Well, because you have a couple of companies that own everything, they're bankrupt, and they continue to be in business. Business as usual, and still making money for themselves. They call that an incentive. What's my incentive? My incentive is I want to be healthy. I want to live long. I want to have a nice family. My incentive is reached. I've outworn my usefulness. And when you are in a place, for instance, when a friend of mine went into the hardware store and there was a guy who looks like a woman or a woman who looks like a guy, or he didn't know whether to call her Mr. or call him Miss. He didn't know what to do. This is a genderless society, but it truly has a Mr. and Mrs. on the envelope. And he didn't know what to say. You know, he's going to offend her by saying, Miss, will you help me? Or thank you, Mr. They just don't know how to act. But I'll tell you, Paul Lynde, who was really a great comic, you probably remember him from Hollywood Squares. He used to live next door to me in L.A. years ago. And I would get close enough. I never really had a conversation with him, but I was right next door to him, and I would see him in the morning when I'm emptying my garbage, and he would come out and empty his bottles of booze. I noticed. And I would empty my garbage, but we were never too close. And one day we got uncomfortably close. I got real close to him, and where it was uncomfortable if we didn't talk. And so he looked at me, I looked at him, and he says, "Good morning, trash person." So that's it. That became my name. It wasn't Mr., it was Trash. Anyway, I wanted to share my gender story. I'm known as trash, Mr.less, missless, but trash. I am pure American trash. I won't go swimming because I'll ruin the water. It's a Reynolds wrap. Am I done now? Oh, I was done a long time ago.